According to the latest data, more than 170,000 migrants made it to Europe by crossing the Med in 2017. And France isn't the only country, of course, where there's discord over how best to deal with these new arrivals. Now, Austria's far-right Vice-Chancellor has suggested that they should be housed in vacant army barracks and that a curfew should be imposed on them.
Maybe we could use our empty barracks. It's an option worth considering. It was discussed extensively in the past. Shouldn't we have a curfew for every migrant to return to the barracks?
The Austrian Vice-Chancellor there, and the right-wing populist Danish People's Party now has gone even further. They want a ban on new mosques in certain areas and a curfew on young people in what they call ghettos. Let's bring in Heinz Gartner, political scientist at the University of Vienna, joining us now. Hey there, thanks for your time. What do you make of the Austrian Vice-Chancellor's proposal? Does it amount to forced internment of refugees, as some are saying here? He wants to put these people in disused army camps, for instance. I mean, a lot of people are distancing themselves from this, but I suppose some people would say it's common sense. These buildings are open and they'll provide some shelter. What do you think about that?
First of all, it was a campaign promise of both of the ruling parties to introduce and implement harsher immigration and asylum laws, and that's a part of a more comprehensive program. This putting asylum seekers in the barracks has several functions. One is, of course, to take them out of society visibly, that the base of the voters, the electorate of the right-wing party is satisfied. Second, it's about control. You better can control them if you have them together in the barracks than in individual apartments. Even so, studies show that it's much cheaper to put them in individual housing, individual apartments. So, but the program is mainly about control. So there is not only a curfew and barracks,
kind of like being put in prison, isn't it? You get your phone taken from you, you get every bit and piece taken from you that maybe you're brought with you, your personal belongings, and you get put in basically internment camps in the middle of Europe. A lot of people will be shocked by that.
It's about control. It's also possible to trace the calls of the cell phone. Also the obligation of secrecy of physicians should be eased. So it's mainly about control and about take them out of society visibly. But also we have to say that the Minister of Interior wants to separate their measures from the Ministry of Integration. So Ministry of Interior doesn't say integration, it's not our business. Yeah. It's about control and vetting. It's not very different to the program we have seen in the US by US President Trump about his proposal of extreme vetting. So extreme vetting, it's all about. And,
but these guys are already there. It's pointless vetting them. A lot of people would argue when they're already there. You've got the populist Danish parties, People's Party, wanting to impose curfews on these people. You've got this now from Hans Christian Strack, wanting to put these people in underused military barracks. It really sounds that Europe is really at odds about what to do with these people, and the tide is turning against a lot of these migrants. I mean, it's a really difficult position they're in, isn't it?
It is, but I have to say that that's what the base of these parties wanted. So there was not so much difference of the both ruling parties. They all wanted to have stricter rules against Muslim immigrants, asylum seekers, and of course they identified also countries which have very, very little chance of asylum, and most of them are coming from North Africa, so it's easier for asylum seekers from Syria, Afghanistan to get asylum. So they are put more easily to the integration program than those who do not have a chance for asylum, and so they will be deported much quicker than in the past. So they want to speed up the asylum program and the procedures and so they want to deport them more efficiently, and they argue that's cheaper, but not necessarily, as studies show. What they want to do with the asylum seekers right now is not necessarily more efficient, but it's more it's a more a symbol that they want to do what they promised in the campaign.
What's the feeling within Europe about this quota system? We've got the Czech Prime Minister saying that he thinks this migrant quota system just simply isn't working. It's not the way forward. Is that the general feeling in Europe?
It does not work, and we have some East European states, Visegrad countries, which would not take any asylum seekers and migrants. And there is a debate now with the European Union to sanction those countries. So the quota system does not really work. And that's what our Chancellor now, Kurz, also argued in the European Union in Brussels, saying we have to get rid of the quota system. So the whole thing will change, possibly, and some countries, individual countries, will resist to take any asylum seekers or migrants.
All right, Mr. Gardner, we're going to leave it there. Thanks ever so much for your time. Heinz Gardner, political scientist at the University of Vienna. It's a big problem, and a lot of people in Europe unsure how best to solve it for everyone's benefit. Thank you.